Before we start writing some Python code, I would like to introduce document understanding. We can think of document understanding as the capacity to convert a document into meaningful information. The primary tasks in document understanding are key information extraction, classification, document layout analysis, question answering, and machine reading comprehension. For our purposes, we might consider how we can use information extraction in conjunction with large language models. To illustrate the concept, we will need some documents to work with. It might be interesting to see what the current leaderboard looks like. That's interesting, isn't it? Did you expect that the OpenAI language models would have led the pack here? Let's see if we can find some documents from the benchmark. The DPROM dataset looks quite promising. We can download the PDFs for it. For our small demo, we'll simply use the very first document that we downloaded. Now you can see this is a contract. There are some line items in it and some information around it. We can see the advertiser name, for example, the dates, and there are more pages in it. Now one thing we might try is to simply do an OCR on this PDF file and then feed this text into an LLM and query it from there. While we do have a really nice hammer, there are some other tools out there that might even do a better job. One of these tools is my favorite, Amazon Textract. Let's give it a try. By default, it will show you one of the sample documents. We, however, want to try our own document, so let's upload that now. I'm simply going to pick the very first document we downloaded. For this demonstration, let's do all the features. It might also be interesting to ask this document some questions as we submit it. It will take a couple of seconds to process this document. In the raw text section, we can see all the text is managed to extract. This is, however, not very interesting. A simple OCR could have done that. Let's look at the more interesting features. Here we can see the different layout sections identified. By clicking on one of these sections, it will highlight in the document where it found it. Next, let's look at where the information is that we might find useful. In the Forms section, you will find the information extracted as structured data. The same thing goes here. By clicking on one of the fields, it will again highlight where it was found in the document. Let's move on to the queries. It seems like it's done a pretty good job here. This document also had a table with some line items. Let's go to the table section and see if we can find this list of line items. In this demonstration, we manually uploaded the document, selected the relevant features we want to extract, and visually inspected them. By using the relevant APIs, we can easily integrate document understanding output with a large language model. Our story does not end here. You might feel that Amazon Textract is a bit too expensive for your liking, and there's always open source tools to look at. Document understanding is a very active area of research. Something else you could look at is Donut. Donut is an open source implementation that you can use today without too much coding. Have a look, give it a try, if for nothing else that it has such a cool name.